white chairs.
Oh, is that what that is?
These are all white chairs.
Wow.
Yeah. Shipping memorabilia, all pictures, cups.
Yeah, someone was asking me online which site was the shorts on, and I think I told them it was jcutler.com.
jcutler.com. I don't
Yeah.
have, I don't have the...
Yeah. J Shop is for the stuff you sign.
This is, I'll show you. So we did a little organization back here. I got rid of some of the wheels. They came pick some of the wheels up.
Oh, you sold them?
Well, I gave them back to the guy who sold them to me.
Okay.
Because I had extras. So what I'm shipping here mostly is like memorabilia stuff, like the MD posters.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of DVDs. Make sure that someone hits me up about the DVDs too, because I have an abundance, obviously.
Yeah.
But like all these.
You still sell pictures?
I still sell pictures. The signature things. I do some. All the hats are done here. I do have some on Jay Cutler, but I do the hats. As you can see, we're starting to move through all the rest of this. Is all,
yeah, it's getting all cleaned up.
This is all Angie stuff. Matt's supposed to take that couch. And you remember in the videos we had the racks in
Yeah.
there? But this is just miscellaneous clothes. Some of the tank tops. This is all on Jay Cutler Shop.
Yeah.
So some of the big hats. All
Yeah.
these side prints. I sign all the hats. That's why I keep the memorabilia
Right.
site. Like,
So J Shop is for the signed stuff.
yes,
And
all-
everything
all
else is on
items.
jcutler.com.
And,
Okay.
yeah, so this is the podcast.
That's it. You get the table, the mics, everything.
Yeah,
Nice.
This is where I sit and do my, this thing's coming off a little bit, but
Nice.
we had to move the mics because the last episode was, people were complaining about the mics,
What'd they say?
Well, the mic was here,
Okay.
and this camera shoots down, and it was blocking my face a little bit because I tend to lean back like
I
this.
see.
So it was doing a little, it wasn't as good,
Yeah. It's kind of cool to see it, to see the behind the scenes.
Yeah, so we're going to build up a big, to keep all the cameras and the lights are going to sit on.
Off the floor.
Yeah. We wrap the doors. You can see
Yeah, that's
the doors.
nice. Much better than the bathroom
You
thing.
can see the desk that Ben's on over there. We wrap that. Then we'll get a black couch in here and all that. So
Nice. Yeah, that couch is pretty big. What are you doing with that couch?
I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. It was just an extra, so we just had put it in here just for the time being,
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about the Arnold Classic.
I know. What do you have to say about it?
Did you watch it?
I saw the pictures. I didn't see the show.
Yeah, I wish I watched the webcast, but I didn't get to see it. But
Yeah.
Walker won, man. We kind of...
You kind of called it.
Well, I don't know if I called it.
You had high hopes for him. I know that.
Yeah, I did have high hopes, and it was kind of one of those things where, I mentioned, like, it was hard to pick him to win it because he hadn't stood next to a lot of these guys, right? And unfortunately, Bonnet couldn't make it, and he was our pick, I think, to win it. But, looking at how Nick looked now, I don't know. I don't have a lot of fear of him placing lower than, in the top 5 for Olympia.
I mean, all big guys, huh? So Ian second, Kuklo third.
Yeah, which kind of surprised me a little bit. I think Kuklo must have dropped for the evening show, which I don't know what difference.
Yeah, because the last call out were like Steve and Nick in the morning. So
yeah, I was kind of disappointed for these guys that didn't qualify. Like Sergio and Steve, like really needed to qualify.
Yeah,
Ian had already won, qualified. Yeah. Nick had won and qualified. Keem's already qualified.
Yeah.
He was kind of a guy that I was predicting that could have won it too, right? I mean, he was 6th at the Olympia last year, and Ian was 7th, and he kind of leapfrogged him. Ian ended up 2nd. He looked great too. Kuklo I thought looked big. I just think there were a few guys. I think Akeem, I think Steve, and I think Steve and Sergio were all too heavy.
You think? Yeah.
I think so. I think Sergio, he's put together.
Yeah.
But I just think, they were a little too heavy, and that's what hurt him,
Yeah, he said he was retaining a lot of water at the prejudging. He was.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's just social media. He said, yeah.
So it's still too heavy, but dude, he's made a lot of improvements, Sergio.
Yeah, every year.
So if he makes any more improvements and comes in his normal condition, he had a good shot to win. You know?
Won the best poser award again.
Yeah,
that was good. He should.
I wonder who votes for that.
I'm sure Arnold's on the panel.
Well, because I saw the score sheets, and the judges don't pick it because he was 6th in the posing round.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you win the posing round, he should have been first, right?
Yeah, but they don't judge it like that.
Yeah,
Steve says they don't judge like that. Yeah.
They do the body, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know who chooses. Someone else puts the money up, don't they? Or?
Yeah, it's a sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah. I would think Arnold has a say. I mean, you know how he is about posing. You know how Woody feels about it.
Well, he's always mentioned that. I mean, he's the one that kind of pushed for that to be judged.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the posing round? I'd like to see the comments below. Listen, I was never a great poser. I don't think, but I went out there and hit the hard shots. I think Nick Walker did kind of the same thing. I did see a couple short videos of him posing, but who else placed? Who was 4th?
What did Sergio get? Do you know? Displacing?
6th, I think.
Okay.
And McKean was 5th, right? Who was 4th?
I'm picturing it, but I can't remember his name.
The guy from New York that did all the smaller shows.
Okay.
That looks like Victor Martinez, the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked good. He had a great back double bicep, Really, really good. I thought he was impressive. I mean, he did the Olympia last year. I remember he wasn't going to do it, and I told him he needed to do it, you know. He looked tremendous.
Yeah.
He deserved it. I mean, I remember the first time when I did Arnold was 99. I finished 4th.
That's good. First year.
4th. Nasser won. Cormier was 2nd. I'm trying to think someone was 3rd. I think Milos was 5th, but I'm trying to think who was 3rd that year. But man, it was a huge experience. Going to the Arnold was always
big deal, huh?
Yeah, it was a big deal, man. Yeah. You went there and they had gift baskets in the room for you, and they had the shuttle buses. They had a limousine service that picked you up from the airport, and because it's invitation, so it's it's not like, oh, you're coming to do the show. Okay, sign up and take care of yourself.
Yeah.
They actually take such good care of you, you know, and obviously this year the expo wasn't happening, but I was a little disappointed I missed it, man. But
I was going to ask you how you felt about that.
I had a wedding. I was in a wedding that day, and it's just we had a long week,
This year is weird for us for the show. Arnold Olympia is just it's a little different this year, I can't wait until they're back at their normal date, March, September, October, and Vegas and Columbus. You know?
It's going to be a lot of work for the guys, man, to come off the Olympia again, and Arnold prep like that, and then I have to go right back into it, because I remember when I started dieting, I would have a few weeks I did the Olympia in September, and I started dieting in November for the Arnold.
So you're a month, 6 weeks, 7 weeks off.
Yeah. And it goes by so fast,
I know.
After a show, especially when you're still riding the high and you're guest appearing, and
you're busy.
Nick, we were in touch all through the week last week. He was sending us updates, and he this promoter, Steve Small from Utah, wanted someone to appear at his show on the 16th of some October, and I was booked. I couldn't go because I was traveling. I had a tour in Canada, but seems like I said, "Do you want anyone else?" He says, "I want Nick Walker," and I'm like, "All right." So I texted Nick, and Nick took the guest spot that day.
Nice.
So Steve, you got lucky, man. So shout out to Steve up in Utah, because you just got the Arnold Classic champ.
You always know what's up. Yeah.
I told him, I said, man, it's a great opportunity to, to have someone like that. He looked impressive, man.
You know who called it, actually, about Nick? It was Matt. He said he needs to go do the Arnold because he could win it. I remember saying that after when he won New York, to be fair. Do you remember that? We were in here, actually, and Matt said, you should go do the Arnold. He could win it, yeah. Manager Matt said that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, and I mean, he kind of, he wasn't sure. It was hard I hate predictions, and being an athlete, I always hated the prediction side and because you don't know what this. I mean, we picked Bonnick to be like a contender, and look, 3 days out he couldn't come.
I know.
And then of course Rowley wasn't on the list,
Yeah.
and Cedric dropped out. So the early thought process of who's going to be king.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. Even for the Olympia, I don't expect everyone to show up. Especially with COVID and all that.
Yeah. Monkey wrench and
Yeah,
last minute.
I heard Whitney Jones couldn't compete because she has COVID. So she's going to be ready for the Olympia, but she couldn't go to the Arnold.
Wow.
And she's Miss Olympia or whatever. So
Missy was good though, right?
Missy
won.
yeah.
She won again. So Oksana second.
Yeah.
Same Olympia place.
Yeah.
Basically.
So she would have been a contender for sure. But Missy won. Jen Dory won the bikini.
Yeah,
which
big
is
congrats with
amazing.
her. We're happy for her.
Classic physique, rough diesel. Another great posing
Awesome.
routine.
Yeah.
I like to see how that's going to stack up at the Olympia with Bumstead, and I know that
Yeah.
division's growing quite a bit, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And obviously there'll be more divisions, at the wellness and
Yeah.
all these.
So are they adding
Figure.
the Olympia Wellness this year for the first time?
Yeah.
Or? Oh, wow. Okay.
So they'll have a first crown champ there.
Wow.
It's exciting. I mean, a lot of guys. You still have Bonnick that wasn't there, Rami, Hadi Chupin,
Yes.
Rowley will be at the Olympia because he's qualified. Quite a few guys.
Yeah.
Brandon Curry.
Yes. He's so quiet, Brendan. You never know. He's like a
He
sleeper.
looks amazing though.
I know. I've
some
seen pictures.
So
But he's just so under the radar,
so I'm sure a lot of you guys were asking me, are you going to do predictions? And now, of course, it's past. So no predictions on the Arnold. I was, I did the podcast. We talked about, hey, who are the contenders? But I don't know if I'll ever do a prediction video again, So I think, with this video, it's going to be, my thoughts on the Arnold Classic, just because I like to take, and I don't know if Walker can necessarily be a lot better. But he's already calling out Rami today. I don't know if you've paid attention to media today, but he said winter doesn't happen in Orlando, so he's already ready. But what I like about his approach, he doesn't say why he is going to beat so and so because they're missing this or that.
Yeah.
He just says, "Hey, I'm just that good," which I have no problem with. He's got some pretty knockout shots.
You never said that.
No, but you know what?
Actually, I wish you would have be more like that because I remember
I didn't have social media either, bro.
I remember asking you questions at the press conference to make you talk like that, and you would never say that. I would get pissed. I would get and then you even told me this is not what the answer you wanted, right? I said no. You're just always so humble and never say anything. It's just you.
There's a lot of circumstance, right?
Yeah.
A lot of variables, and
yeah. You were so humble all the time, and I wish you were a little bit more fucking.
But when I was talking to Nick, we were texting and whatever, I sent him a message, on Saturday morning, and I said, "Dude, I know how it feels,
Hell yeah.
Especially after prejudging, I said, "Dude, I heard you smashed it. Congrats," and but I knew how it felt, right? Especially when you go in there with uncertainty of how am I going to stack up?
That's the first big show you went. Big show.
Yeah.
Arnold is no joke,
I mean, he's taken the steps, dude. He's won New York in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold Classic. And, I mean, he's going to go at the Olympia, and he's probably going to be in the top 5. I mean, not many guys have been able to do that.
Crazy.
If you remember, who did it? Mike Francois did it. Mike Francois won the Night of Champions, and then the next year won the Arnold.
But not the same year.
No, not the same year, but and I think
Back-to-back.
Wheeler did the same thing too, I think. Wheeler won a lot of shows, and then he got second at the Olympia.
That was crazy. 93.
And I don't think, I think Nick could be second. I think he could land second. I think he could land third. I mean, can he win it? I can't say no. I mean, depends how the
Everybody
other guys
else
show
shows
up,
up,
right?
yeah.
I mean, but till we see him standing next to the Bonnicks and the Currys and the Hadi Chupins and the Ron. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
You have 4 guys. The top 4 guys weren't
That's right.
in this show at the Olympia last year. So for him to come along, he's just got to, it's got to see how he stands. But I heard him predict, my goal is top 4. But I also hear that, hey, you know what, I want to win it too. I mean, I always thought I was going to win every show that I ever did
Of course
too.
he does. Yeah.
and so did my mom. So,
Yeah.
so it's interesting to see how the next 2 weeks unfolds, and I'm excited to keep the updates. We're getting Walker out here to train at some point.
Is he gonna come?
Yeah, he's gonna come.
Oh, he told you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So,
That'll be good. People have been asking for him.
how was your trip to California?
It's good. With the bikes back.
Yeah, you're gonna show a picture on this video of your 2 bikes and
No more cars. No more car for me in Vegas. And the weather is nice now.
So you switched to an off-road bike.
I still have the street bike if I want to go fast. But I took the.
I know, but my question is which one are you going to choose to ride? Does it depend on a mood or?
It depends on the mood. Depends where I have to go and how fast I have to get there. Because the motocross, it's not very fast. It goes like 80, max, which is still fast enough if you go on trails and stuff. But it's fun to ride.
So is it better on the back roads than on the freeway?
Yeah.
Like, where'd you take it last night?
I just did a side street, and I went to your house.
And how's it sound?
It's good.
Like a dirt bike?
Yeah, it's like a dirt bike. Yeah. But then in LA, while I was in LA, actually, every day I would switch. So I would take the street bike and then the other bike, and man, the street bike just flies. You can easily go like 95, 100 on nothing. So it's different feel,
He got an off-road Ben.
Yeah, like a motocross that goes on the street. Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Is that what they ride in France?
Yeah, they call that a
dual sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have obviously the street tires on?
Yeah. You should see the tire. My rear tire is like a huge tire. It's awesome.
These are fun. I had one actually. I had a 125 when I was 16 years old.
It's so much fun.
So
dude.
Is that what you rode first? Because you could ride it without a real license, or?
No, you need a license for this one.
No, but you don't need isn't a motorcycle license sooner than a car license?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
at 14 you can do a moped,
I thought
scooters.
with a learner's permit you can ride a motorcycle.
It depends on.
We had scooters. Scooters at 14 years old.
Scooters,
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, 14. Moped and scooters.
Yeah.
Did you have those little? They weren't. I'm thinking Vespa, but that wasn't here. They were like little Honda Spree. Do you remember those? They were all like the colors, blue, and those were great.
A piece of shit, though.
I know, but I still wanted to have those. All the kids had those when I was young, man. It was great to get around. Oh.
My dad had mopeds.
Yeah, mopeds. I had
so
one
you
of
had
those.
A pedal one
yes,
before they.
I had
going?
that.
Me too.
That's
Really?
terrible. Yeah, in France, of course, they're everywhere.
And how fast did it go?
Not fast.
20 or
20 miles on the downhill.
And you tried to pedal to go even faster. You had the cool stuff.
You know what the crazy thing is? No one today, if these people watching the YouTube videos, they don't know what a moped is.
I know.
Do you ever see a moped around anymore? Or?
No.
You just see like scooters and stuff, right?
Yeah, Vespas and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it depends on the cities too. Obviously,
I'm sure in Europe you could still find mopeds. In Italy and all those.
you'll find
Yeah.
some. Yeah,
Like people have electric bikes now.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That go pretty fast. Like when I'm in Huntington
With the little motor.
Beach, when I'm in Huntington, these things are flying around.
See, but you can't replace the sound of a nice motorcycle. So
Yeah, I
that's
know.
the only thing about the electric.
I'm surprised you don't have a motorcycle out here.
Too dangerous.
It's not dangerous. Dude, when you drove in LA, everybody keeps telling me, "Oh, be careful." I'm like, dude, I've been riding in LA for years, dude. You can't get any more dangerous than that going between the cars on the 405. I know.
I'm scared to ride.
Yeah.
I think if you ride in groups, it's better. But these people on the road, dude,
Yeah.
with their cell phones and all
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
just dangerous, right?
Well, when it's your time, it's your time. That's what I say.
Well, make sure you show the bikes on there.
Yeah.
Guys, let me know what you think about your thoughts on the Arnold Classic. I know I covered the men's open. And what's your predictions for the Olympia? Like, how do you think Nick Walker is going to fare? And Ian and, is William Bonnick and Curry and Chupin and, of course, Rami going to be still the top contenders at that contest? That's the big question mark. So, leave a comment below, guys. Like the video. And, of course, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe now. And this is my thoughts on this year's Arnold Classic, man. Keep killing it, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right.